Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Kiddushin, page 11, which extends to the next page, which asks the question, when it comes to marriage, a person is supposed to give something of monetary value to this girl that he wishes to marry. Now, how much is necessary? Now, Beit Hillel, who we generally hold like, says that it's necessary to give only a pruta. A pruta is, in many places, the absolute bare minimum that constitutes something of monetary value. Less than a pruta is not something which has really any monetary value. And therefore it makes sense when it comes to marriage where it says you have to give her something of monetary value, it should be a pruta. However, as we often find, there is someone that argues with the Beis Hillel, namely Beis Shammai. Beis Shammai requires a much more substantial amount of money to be given over to a woman in order to be able to marry her. And he requires that you must give something which is a dinner, or something, the numerical value of a dinner. Not dinner like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dinner was a particular type of coin which was significantly more than a pruta. The question is, why? Why does Beis Shammai require so much money to marry this woman? So I'd like to share with you the fourth of the four answers, and it's such a powerful answer. It says the reason why is that we do not want, and I'll just say it in Hebrew first, Shloi benos Yisrael kehefker. That even though technically it's true, in all cases, or in most circumstances, all you need to do is give a pruta, and that constitutes something of monetary value. However, we do not want to establish that when it comes to a marriage, because we do not want a woman, a Jewish woman, to look like hefker. Hefker means ownerless, but it really means insignificant, cheap in the eyes of the man that she is about to marry. Even though it's true, maybe, listen, she loves him and he loves her. So therefore, the truth is, she'd be happy to accept a pruta, and that's no big deal. The money isn't the issue, but the problem is the perception and what it looks like. And the fact is that if you give a woman through Kiddushin a tiny little amount of money, the most insignificant things, it almost shows that the whole marriage process and the relationship that you have with this woman is cheapened. And therefore, the sages say that's not how we treat women. We treat women with respect. We don't want women to feel that this is a lowly situation, that they are undervalued and underappreciated. And therefore, we want to give them a substantial amount of money, that of a dinner. And by giving this larger amount, the rabbis say this will cause people to have a different perception of the significance and seriousness of marriage and also your relationship. And I believe this is coming to tell us in general the importance of showing great levels of respect. When it comes to marriage, you could do the bare minimum, but the Torah is telling us, and the sages are, don't do the bare minimum when it comes to relationships. Certainly here, when it talks about the start of a relationship, you should always raise the bar to a higher monetary amount. But it doesn't necessarily mean monetary amounts. When it comes to all things in your marriage, you should be putting more effort into that marriage than the bare minimum. You always need to raise it. And by doing that, a woman will feel appreciated. And of course, the same thing for a man. We as a couple need to do a lot for one another, because by doing more than necessary, more than the bare minimum, it shows that you really care about that individual and that you are truly invested in this relationship.